Okay, hi everybody. I've been blessed by the gods of work lately. I've had a lot of work, which is great. I love work. I love the work that I do. I love the company that I work for. However, there are some small, tiny things that sometimes get on my nerves. Like one specific kind of customer that I get. Not so much customer as like a retail missionary, and not so much as a kind as like this one specific person that is a retail missionary. So I'm just doing my thing, I'm greeting the ladies and the people that come into the boutique, I'm just like, how are you? Hi, what's going on? And this one girl just she just stops and she's like, So I'm just, okay, just let me know if you have any questions and I'll be around here. Okay? Okay? So I turn around to go back to my cleaning, but she says, actually, I have a question. So I'm like, yeah, how can I help you today? And her question is, are you a boy? Chances are, no matter what the situation is, you should not be asking that question. The only place they can maybe ask that question and not get heat ray lasers coming out of my eyes at them is the hospital. Maybe. There are much better ways to ask that question at a hospital. Okay, so normally I say, yes, I am, because I identify as a boy and I use male pronouns. So like, you know what, that's fine. I'm not gonna make a fuss about anybody doing anything different, because that's just the way I am. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. Please keep in mind, I don't speak for everybody. In most cases, misgendering somebody is a very bad thing to do, and just kind of rude. But because I really do not care, you can call me whatever you want to. I'm not a solid gender. I don't really care. But anyways, back to this girl. After I say, yes, I am, she starts to tell me in this really gentle voice, this sweet, gentle voice, that Jesus is my savior. He will love me if I keep my heart open, and that he is my salvation. And keep in mind, this is in the middle, this is in the you guys. This is in the middle of a really kind of busy beauty boutique. So picture Sephora, but white instead of black, and with less music and more people in a smaller area. Like, it's not just her and I, and there's other customers that I could be helping. So the merchandiser is looking at her like she's the worst person in the world. I'm looking at her like she's the worst person in the world. The old woman with her looks terrified for her life. And honestly, I'm really proud of the way I handled this, because normally I get very angry. Like, I'm kind of an angry person in general. I just get furious at things. I don't have like a middle. It's like I'm 0 to 100 right away. It's like, like, that's how I do. That's how I do normally. Like, I felt the anger and I was physically shaking, but like, I just don't understand what makes people think it's okay to try to tell me that I need fixing with religion, or try to tell anybody they need fixing with religion, or try to tell somebody that religion is not the right religion, or anything to do with religion. I'm pretty much like, what? What? Like, I'm just like, you know what? Do your thing. I don't care. Just don't tell me what to do, because I'm not telling you what to do either. But you know what? Instead of telling her to leave, or yelling, or explaining to her why she was wrong, I just did this. I didn't do the last one though, don't worry. And I smiled while I did it. Maybe I exaggerated a little bit, like with my smile, because I really did not want to be having this conversation. But I kind of felt bad for her instead of bad for me in that moment. Because you know what, I've been through this 100 times and I know how to deal with it now, but she has no idea what she's doing. She's going to people in the street and telling them, that they're like, what? What are you doing? What? Stop! She's living in just one certain way so that she can please other people or somebody else. And that does not apply to everybody, but this kind of person that goes up to other people and tells them what to do has been told what to do by somebody else and is doing it. That is it. Like, 100%. Because if you find a way to do something for yourself and you like it, you don't feel the need to make other people do it with you. Because you don't need that. You're happy with yourself, And I'm not saying that religion's a bad thing or that it limits people in any way, because I think a lot of people thrive in religion, and that's great because they find it for themselves and they love it and they feel it fits into their life. But do not ever try to push it on other people. Also, do not ever try to push your atheism on other people, because it feels the exact same way it does when somebody tries to push their religion on you. So don't do it. Do not be the person that goes to Africa and tries to convert the uncivilized populace into Western Christianity. Because let me tell you something. Number one, they're not uncivilized populace. Number two, they don't need you there. Number three, there are so many cultures and religions and ways of life in this world, and Western Christianity is not the only, the best, or the most modern way to go. Let people do their thing with their gender, with their religion, with whatever. Just let them live. Just stop. Stop it. Just stop. In high school, I was in this challenge and change course in, I think, 11th or 12th, probably 12th grade. And there were these girls in the class that I thought were, they were really great because they were so smart and they were so driven and focused with school, and I was like, these are gonna be great people, later in life they're gonna have awesome careers and lives. And of course, in that same class, the teacher, who I also loved, I still love him, I just think he made a really bad decision with this day, decided it was a good idea to debate whether or not gay people getting rights was a good or a bad thing. Pro tip to teachers, don't do that. Just for the don't do that, okay? Because I still think about that and it drives me crazy. Because there is a wrong answer to that question, okay? It's not a debate, there's a wrong answer. So don't debate it. Anyways, these girls that I thought were awesome decided to debate against my rights as a human being. And I had to sit through a 75-minute, class trying to tell them that they were horrible, and afterwards they came up to me and they said, oh, no hard feelings, it's just my beliefs, it's just my beliefs, And I said, oh yeah, it's fine. But it wasn't fine, and it's still not fine. I've just come so far in dealing with these kinds of issues and arguments, and honestly, at this point, respecting gender and feminine people and women and trans women and all that stuff is so much more important to me than gay marriage, because, you have to respect somebody before you can acknowledge their love. You can't just... There's steps to this, You can't just jump into this one and expect them to treat you nicely because you can get married. That's not how it works. Respect is step one. And you know what? I don't even know anymore. I'm just rambling. I know I'm rambling. But just please, you guys, you've been so good to me. I haven't had one rude comment on any of my videos about gender or sexuality or anything like that. In fact, some of you have been incredibly kind and insightful and awesome, and I love that. So just please show that to everybody you meet. Respect your differences, understand your differences, acknowledge them, because that's what makes you interesting. I would be bored as hell in a world full of people exactly like me. I would be there'd be nothing to do, because I know everything about those people. Why the hell would I want to do that? Okay, I'm done. I'm really done now. I'm gonna stop this video now. I'm done now. Please stay in touch via the social networking sites that are in the description box, or even in the comments. I love to talk to you guys, so just keep on, talking to me, because I love it. It's awesome. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. Just keep them respectful, because I understand this can be kind of a little bit confusing, honestly, for some people to take in, because, it's well, there's a boy and a girl, what the hell else is there, And I was that way at one point. So if you have questions, just ask them, but keep it respectful. If you need to Google something before you ask the question, Google something before you ask the question, because I will not attack you, but somebody else might. I can't guarantee your safety. I'll see you again in a week. Bye. I need to ask you something. Just come closer here. Destroy the gender binary. Okay, bye.